This video is a morning yoga flow. Hi, my name is Jessie, and today we're going to do a quick video that can get you moving in the morning. You might need a block for this practice, and we're going to start just by coming right up to the front of the mat. We want to center the feet under the hips, point the big toes forward, pull the hips in, stack the spine up over the hips, bring the arms up, look up at the hands, really lift and lengthen, reaching through. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward, reach towards the ground. Since this is our first forward fold, just walk it out, pedal the feet back and forth. Bend one leg as you straighten the other. Come up halfway, lift and lengthen, just open up the chest. Activate the quadricep muscles. Just fold forward again. Reach towards your toes. Slowly roll yourself up. Bring the arms up. Lift and lengthen. Reach through the fingertips. Hands to prayer position. Just bring them down to heart center. Good job. Again. Inhale up. Look up at the hands. Bring the hands together. Exhale. Hinge from the hips. Fold forward. Reach towards your toes. Just walk it out maybe. Pedal the feet back and forth. Make sure the big toes are in alignment. Bend your knees if you need to. Be gentle about it. Then come up halfway. Lift and lengthen. Just activate the core. Bring the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold forward. Slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come up. Hands to prayer position. Just bring them down to heart center. Good job. This time, bring the arms up. Lean back into the pose. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Step the right foot forward. Go into a high lunge on the right side. Plant the hands under the shoulders, fingers are spread out nice and wide. Exhale, step the left foot back. Just make your way to downward facing dog. Hips come up, shoulders come down. Just walk it out. Hi, Simba. On your next in-breath, come to plank or kneeling plank. Feel the shoulder blades slide down the back. Core is active, hips are lifted, shoulders are relaxed, lifting the sternum. Exhale, come down to move through chaturanga. Slowly lower yourself down. Point the toes back behind you. Lift yourself up to up dog. Have the shoulders right over the wrists. Push all 10 toenails into the mat. Push into the mat with the hands so you're not collapsing into your wrists. Let your head fall back, but keep it a little active. Really open up the chest. Shoulder blades slide together. Roll over on the toes. Make your way to downward facing dog. Hips up, shoulders down. Push the mat away with the hands. Bend the knees at first so you can get your hips up really high. And then look up past the mat. Bring that right leg up into the chest. Shift the weight so it goes to the left hand. Come up on, kind of staple the fingers on that right foot. Create some space to step the right foot forward. Just go back to a high lunge on the right side. And then bring that left foot forward, go into a forward fold. Make sure your big toes are up against an imaginary line. Just releasing into the pose. Slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come up, lean back into the pose. Exhale to chair. Sink back into the chair like you're sitting in a chair, putting a lot of the weight in the heels. Make sure the knees are not turning in, your big toes point forward, open up the chest. Good job. Come back up, lean back. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Reach towards your toes, just walk it out, pedal the feet. And then step the left foot back. Make your way to a high lunge. Bring the right foot back. Go to downward facing dog. Hips up, shoulders down. Bend the legs at first if you need to. Push the mat away with the hands. Spin the elbows down. Let the head hang heavy so that you're looking at your thighs. And then straighten your legs. Maybe pedal the feet back and forth. Make your way to plank or kneeling plank. Make sure the hands are under the shoulders. Slide the shoulder blades down. Push the mat away with the hands. Lift the sternum. Activate the core. Lift the hips. The whole body should be in alignment. Exhale, hug the elbows down into the side as you lower yourself down. Inhale up into up dog. Go back to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, hips come up, shoulders come down. Just walk it out. Bring that left knee into the chest. Shift the weight to the right hand. Look up past the mat. Maybe come up on the fingertips of that left hand as you step the left foot forward. Making your way to a high lunge on the left side. Good job. Step that right foot forward. Make your way to a forward fold. Just slowly roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the arms up, lean back. Exhale to chair. Make sure the knees are not turning inward or outward. Just sinking the weight into the heels, opening up the chest. Good job. Come back to center. Next, we're going to leave the right foot forward. Just step that left foot back. Take a really wide stance. Take the front heel, line it up with the back heel or arch. Bring the arms up to line up with the ears. Bring the left shoulder forward, the right shoulder back. Lunge into the pose. Make sure you can see your big toe on that right side. Lift up the arch of that left foot. And put a lot of your weight through the pinky toe side of that left foot. Good job. Then just bring your hands back behind your back. Drop your hands down, lace your fingers together. Open up your chest. Let your shoulder blades come together. Let your head fall back. Good job. If you want, you can fold forward over that right leg. Just lift the arms up. Make your way to humble warrior. Drop your fingers down. Plant your hands on the mat right under your shoulders. Step the right foot back. Make your way to downward facing dog. Hips up, shoulders down. Bend your knees generously if you need to. Push the mat away with your hands. Come to plank or kneeling plank. Hug the elbows into the sides as we slowly lower ourselves down. Inhale, come up to up dog. Good job. Go back to down dog. And then just step the left foot forward. Make your way to warrior one. Bring the arms up to line up with the ears. Pull that left shoulder back. Right shoulder comes forward. Just relax and release into the pose. Lunge into the posture. Make sure the knees open enough so that you can see your big toe. Really putting the weight in the pinky toe side. That way our leg is active. We don't want to have our knee bent. Kind of externally rotating this right quadricep out. And then just drop your hands down back behind your back. Lace your fingers together. Open up your chest. Relax and release into the pose. If you want, just fold forward. Going to humble warrior, lifting the arms up, deepening your forward fold. Good job. Release your hands to the mat, center them under your shoulders. Just step your left foot back, make your way to downward facing dog. Hips up, shoulders down. Just walk it out. If that feels good. This time come to plank. Go back to down dog. We'll just do a flow a few times. Lead with the hips, activate the core. Come back to plank. Go back to down dog. Go back to plank. Back to down dog. Back to plank. This time, slowly lower yourself down. Make your way up to up dog. Shoulders over the wrists, push the hands into the mat. All 10 toenails are pushing into the floor, toes point back behind you. Good job. Then just come to your hands and knees. Just make sure your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Stretch out the left leg. Stretch out the right arm. Reach through the heel, reach through the fingertips. Activate your core. Pull that hip in over your knee. If you want, you can bring your elbow and knee together on your exhale. Inhale, lengthen back through. Or you can just hold. Exhale, bring the elbow and knee together. Again, we'll do it a few more times. And one more. This time, reach back, grab the left foot with your right hand. Bring the left shoulder forward, just really working to push the top of that foot into the hand. Feeling a deep stretch on your quadricep muscles. Good job. Release back to the mat. Switch sides, stretch out your right leg and your left arm. Keep that core activated. Lift the heel up. If you want, bring the elbow and the knee together. Inhale, lengthen back through. Again. Inhale, lengthen back through. We'll do it a few more times. Moving with intention. Excellent work. Reach back, grab the top of that left foot with the right foot with the left hand. Just push the top of the foot into the hand. Try to lift that knee up, bringing the right shoulder forward, the left shoulder back. Good job. Come back to center. Bring big toes together. Take a wide stance with the knees. Come back, resting the forehead on the mat. Checking in with the breath for a moment. Come up onto your forearms. Make sure your knees are right under your hips. We're going to take the right arm, lift it up, and just thread it underneath that left arm. Come down to the right shoulder, right side of the head. Pull the left hip back. If you want, you can take the left hand, just push it into the mat. Breathing comfortably, breathing naturally. Good job. Slowly come out of it. Come back to your forearms. Good job. Now take that left hand, lift the arm up, and then swing it underneath that right shoulder. Come down to the left shoulder, left side of the head. Take that right hand, just push it into the mat if that feels good. Try to square the hips up with the short side of the mat. Good job. Slowly make your way out of it. You might need your block to come to thunderbolt pose. If you need to bring the block back to sit your hips on, that's totally fine. Or if you want, you can go into hero's pose. Maybe bring the hands back behind you, open up the chest. Good job. Then slowly stretch your legs out. Bring the hands by the hips. We'll just do staff pose. Lift up out of the pose. Straightening the spine, opening up the shoulders, grounding through the backs of the legs. Really pushing the heels, the knees, the hips into the floor. Make your way to the center of the mat. We can do half boat for balance. Just grab the legs right where the knees bend. Lift the heels up, activate the core, really open up the chest. If you want, if you feel like your balance is good enough, bring the arms out so they're lined up with the legs. Maybe point the toes if that works for you. Good job. And then just slowly make your way down to your back. Leave your legs bent. We're just going to bring the right ankle to the left leg right by the knee. Lift that left leg up. Bring the fingers together on the back of that left leg and pull that knee into the chest. Keep the right foot flexed, pulling the knees in, or pulling the toes in towards the shin. Just allowing the low back and the shoulders to relax and release into the posture. Good job. Bring that left foot back to the mat. Bring the arms up to a cactus pose and then just let that left leg fall down. Look off to the right side. Leave that right leg up in the air. Just make sure that right shoulder is planted firmly on the mat. Good job. Come back up, switch sides, bring that left ankle to the right leg. Bring the feet up, leave that right leg bent, flex the foot so you're pulling those left toes in towards your shin. And then just pull that leg in towards your torso. When you're ready, set that right foot down. Bring your arms to a cactus pose and then turn your head to the left side. Make sure the left shoulder stays on the mat. Slowly drop that right leg down. Make sure the left knee stays up in the air. Bring both knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze. And then just stretch out on your mat for Shavasana, the final relaxation. Just inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose, filling your stomach, diaphragm, and chest. And take a moment for gratitude. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you love this video. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and check me out on Instagram. Until next time, may love and light be yours. Namaste.